I said, hey, yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and we're back with another video. Today's going to be everything about XRP, guys. Lots of fun stuff happening. And as always, we're going to be covering every single thing you need to know about XRP. Today, we are up 1.2 or 1.9%, depending on where you're looking. The market itself is up 2.2%. We are headed in an uptrend, and will XRP follow the bullish trend? Is it going to stop going sideways? We're going to answer all those questions in this video. But again, it's nice to see a little bit of green price action here. But again, it does not matter for the short term, because at the end of the day, guys, when you look at XRP, you look at this chart and you understand the context of what we're looking at. We basically see a range of 2,191 days. Also, Happy New Year's. But it's unbelievable to think that we've been going sideways for this long, okay? It doesn't feel like we've been going sideways for this long, but if you really take a look at the long term, right? This is a 2-week chart, and then you combine this range of basically price being stuck in between this level, which again, a lot of people are not looking at it like this, okay? You realize one thing, that we've been going sideways, and this is a pressure cooker, okay? Because again, when something goes sideways for this long and is building momentum, basically, they say the bigger the base, the higher in space. And there's like many terms phrased in that same manner where, again, this is basically pressure being built. You can see literally the volatility squeezing, right? Even if you were to look at it this way and even, make this look into some sort of triangle, what you can see is that the base of the triangle, right? You can see that it's getting smaller, right? Like this volatility, if you take this and try to paste it over here, it's not really possible, right? Because basically, again, the volatility is getting smaller and smaller, and we're basically reaching an apex, right? Where this box is just getting smaller and smaller, okay? So it's got to give, right? And what I think is going to happen once this breaks out is we're probably going to head straight to new all-time highs, right? Now, again, I don't know if there's going to be a narrative attached to it. I don't know if, there's going to be some funny business, but also there's a downside risk to it as well, which means that we can break down, right? Because again, I don't think that's going to happen. I am aware of it. I do understand that there's a risk to cryptocurrency investing, but looking at this chart, understanding XRP itself, looking at the adoption, seeing the on-chain metrics, seeing that, again, this year, I think the XRPL set a record of on-chain transactions for the whole entire year, which is pretty cool. And again, we're seeing developer activity slightly grow, more on-chain development, and you have things like AMM, clawback, things like that growing and adding features to the XRPL to, allow it to grow, to allow developers to have more tools to build on the XRP ledger, are all positive signs. But at the end of the day, let's be serious, they don't mean as much as people may think sometimes, especially when this market is fully driven off a lot of speculation. And right now, again, the chart itself is very, very bullish. And the reason why is because I'm going to pivot to this next chart here. This is another view because, again, we look at ranges. We can see liquidity was taken from the high and the low, and then we range sideways. But if we look at it from a support and resistance level here, what you can see is that this is the most important level, right? Because clearly when price is trading above this green box, you can see that it acts as a support. And then when it breaks below right here, back in 2022, it acts as a resistance. And then again, it becomes a support back over here, and it's making a higher low from this actual bottom here. So again, we're seeing the trend aim to the right direction, which again, even the RSI itself is sitting at a very bullish level, guys. This is the 56 on the weekly above support. And it's not just a random support. It's a support that has been built up in a range of 2,191 days on top of the RSI having a very bullish, being on a very bullish level. And to throw it all together, volatility is drying up. We're going to see some type of crazy price action in this near short term, right? I don't know exactly, because we've known this range is going sideways for so long and the volatility is squeezing. So it's only a matter of time where we finally see something crazy happen. But again, you got to look at the importance here. When price is trading below this is clearly a resistance. And guys, you can't really argue any other way. Like when price is trading above this is a very bullish area. When price is trading below, you can clearly see acts as resistance, right? So that's a common theme. And I think that once we break out of here, we're probably going to like make a new support zone. I don't know where it's going to be, what it's going to look like, but once we break out of this all-time high, we're probably not going to come back down to this 40-cent level or 50-cent level. I don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, or maybe who knows if it happens in the first place, right? So we'll see what exactly is going to happen. But again, XRP is my largest holding. I'm very bullish on it. I've been following it for quite some time now. Back in 2020, there's a lot of flutter on XRP itself about it being a security, and I tweeted it out, right? Lots of drama around XRP being a security. I don't think it'll be a security, and I will continue to keep buying. This is at the peak of its massive FUD, massive fear, people saying all types of stuff, and guess what? I was buying, right? So anybody telling me that, I was not holding for X amount of time, yeah, of course I could have capitalized on many different things, but the lessons that I've learned by holding XRP for so long, having the conviction that we're probably going to go much higher because of, how the structure looks, is something that I had to learn, and hopefully it pays off in the near future, because again, I am up on my overall XRP position, but we're really waiting for the bigger move to the upside, to new all-time highs, and probably and hopefully to double digits, right? Because again, I've made this thread here on XRP itself. Before this range broke out, again, we saw a breakout from 37 cents all the way out to, like, what was it? After that break took place, it went all the way up to like 93 cents or something like that, which was pretty cool to see. But again, the idea is that we look at this chart, we don't have a bias. We try to find critical levels of support and resistance. And because we're trading above support, because the overall trend is bullish at this current moment, we see that it's ranging. There's a lot of opportunity for this to go much higher here. And that's why I'm bullish on XRP. Because again, all of the things that we need to see are pretty much in confluence, right? And even when we look at Ethereum too, because I know a lot of the XRP community doesn't like Ethereum, it's bullish to see Ethereum go up, right? And I believe Ethereum's going to 3,500. And again, like whether you hated it or love it, I know that, there's the whole ETH gate associated with Ethereum. And 100% I saw the corruption and lies behind Ethereum. And what we know is that once Ethereum gets moving, so do the altcoins, right? So we kind of want to root for Ethereum. And we also saw Bitcoin as well do, very well. But the other thing that a lot of people are missing out is a total, right? Total is another chart that a lot of people are not paying attention to. And guys, this is a very good example of the liquidity being taken from the highs, taken from the lows, and then breaking out. Once it breaks out, this thing goes on a rampage. As you can clearly see here, once it broke out, it went flying, right? And that's kind of what I'm expecting here. Once this range breaks, you could probably start seeing a very big move to the upside. Now, this is obviously an extreme here because it's not as clear cut as the total chart. But the idea is when liquidity is taken from the highs, it's taken from the lows, and price re-enters a range, you probably start seeing a breakout and start uptrending, right? And the idea over here, of course, is not really the same because you see a liquidity tap. It's a little bit different. In total, you see price consolidate under a resistance, but it's still under liquidity. When it re-enters a range, that's your confirmation to go long. Again, price starts running. And I've also shared this on my Twitter as well. In August of 2022, I literally say liquidity taken from both sides because, again, the high was taken, the low was taken. This is the range that we're going sideways in. Now, imagine if we range and consolidate, and I talk about it throughout this whole entire thread, talking about how I believe we're going to reclaim this and that. And a lot of people were saying we're going much, much lower. And eventually what ends up happening is, guys, if you've been following this channel, we've been accumulating XRP, accumulating a bunch of altcoins that have done very, very well. Multiple X's have been done. 4X there, 5X here, 10X there, since this low was formed. And now we're going to start gaining much, much more on this uptrend because, again, we're still trading above this support. I think we're going to probably bounce or maybe get a retrace at 1.52 trillion, which means that we're probably going to see some retracement sometime soon. Maybe we don't, maybe we do. The idea was that we've already accumulated for this uptrend way down here. And all that was shared in this thread, guys, literally a thread that is 2 years long now. And it's kind of funny to see this all finally break out. And guys, look at this. Like, this is, you're not going to get this kind of content nowhere else. Like, this is every single month or week or two or whatever the hell, time frame. Sometimes days in between that we share an update on this thread So yeah, you don't really miss an update on what's happening with the market, right? Total is probably your number one indicator on what's happening with the market, what you want to look out for. When we look at total 2, which is Xcoin and Bitcoin, this is basically like everything Xcoin and Bitcoin. So you have XRP, Ethereum, Solana, the majors, which also looks like it wants to continue uptrending, right? So it's going to be very fun to see how that plays out. Total 3 is also very, very bullish, excludes some of the majors, which is also very, very, very bullish. And all this means that pretty much to me that yes, the market is bullish, which gives us the confidence we need to see that XRP can go on an uptrend. We've seen Bitcoin go on an uptrend, which we also call the local bottom here on this goddamn channel, guys. You guys don't believe me? Check it out. But another key indicator you want to look at is stablecoin dominance, right? So this is starting to break down as well. We're probably going to see it get tested down here at 6.19%, which is probably going to be our bottom for stablecoin dominance before we see some type of reversal in the market, right? So I will be taking profits. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but once it starts falling, once we see this chop, guess what? That's going to be your sign to probably exit or take some profits off the table, because this is a very big support. Now, again, depending on how price action is, when it gets down to this level, it's going to be something to watch out for, as well as taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, which I don't know if it topped, but it looked like it has, right? So my target was 57%, but it looks like to me that we might have topped. We might have topped on Bitcoin dominance here. And again, we're now seeing the 8 EMA turn to resistance, which it looks like it happened here before too on August 23rd, but we didn't get a big wick like the way we did over here. So this could be very, very interesting. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but if we get back down to 48%, I definitely will believe that the top was in. But again, it's very interesting because alt season happened in a range the same way that we're seeing this range play out. But if we do, again, get back down to 48%, see the center of resistance, then that probably means that we're probably going to see a major alt season for our holdings. So we'll see what happens. It's going to require patience. It's going to require time. It's going to require calculations ahead of time. This way you don't act off of emotions. This is why I make these videos, whether, I get 20 views, 30 views, even it could be 1 view. It's for documentation purposes, whether you're watching it to learn or you're watching it to, add some confluence or maybe look at different indicators. You want to learn or you want to take a look at what's happening across the market. This is all important for XRP simply because people are not focusing and looking at the things they need to see, like stablecoin dominance, right? If stablecoin dominance is dropping, most likely, you have confluence for XRP to go up. Or if you see Bitcoin dominance, alts are taking the lead and people are rotating out of Bitcoin, that adds confluence, right? And the most important thing is the chart itself, right? Because technically we don't need to see anything else. But when you have so much confluence across the board, right? When we see that we're holding above support, when we see this range for 2,200 days almost, pretty much getting ready to blow up with volatility shrinking, then you can say with confidence that this is going to go up, right? So that's kind of why and how I take my approach on these charts. Because again, when you have that much confluence, when the chart looks this good, then hey, it's kind of hard to argue against it. So we'll see what happens. My main thesis is as long as we hold above green, we're going to go much higher. And I mean, some people like to look at XRP BTC is not really the greatest chart because it's very, very hard to trade. I used to look at this and I mean, it's not really the best looking chart, right? But I like to say that if we're trading above 1567 or this dotted line where it's at about 1570, then the chart is most likely very, very bullish or bullish, not very, because usually, as you can see, this is the main pivotal level. When price is trading above, price action is up. But again, this is just one big range, guys. This is just one big range. And the reason why I say that is because all we've been doing is going sideways, no real price action, and we don't know what's going to happen, right? Whether it's just, a big move and up and down here, but overall, like what you can see is it's just going sideways down. Yes, we made a new low here, but BTC did go on a rally and Bitcoin dominance is falling. So maybe it gives it back and maybe XRP starts going up here, but that's not really too important because again, this chart is not really very useful. As you can see, it just has major spikes. There's not really a clear cut count here, but the idea remains that this chart can be used for taking profits. Now, a lot of people are saying, how can you do that, Mo? Because if we get back up to this high up here around 24,000 sats, like for example, that's a 16x, right? Now, if we get back up there, maybe we take profits at this level, right? Around 16x. So what is a 16x from this price, right? So it could be right there. So around $10.83. Maybe that's where some of the whales who are rotating out of Bitcoin are going to take profits because it's the previous all-time high. It can be considered resistance. And even over here for $10, this is a very good take profit level because $10 is a big even, right? Let's be serious. A lot of the videos and things you're seeing online about XRP are it can reach $10 because it's a big even, right? So smart people would want to take profits before 10 bucks, which I would be probably taking profits before $10. Not saying it can't go higher, right? It can go 20 bucks, it can go 30 bucks. But to not take profits at this level is a little crazy to me. Now, again, depending on how the price goes up, depending on what price action looks like, it can change a lot of things, guys. Because if we get candles like this, where we see crazy momentum to the upside, literal vertical candles, crazy candles like these, then that means that, you know, there's going to be a moment in time where there's another push to the upside. And for my Elliott waivers out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you see a motive wave 3 with crazy vertical price action, that means there's usually gonna be a wave 5, right? So, you know, that's kind of like the short explanation, but I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you guys got something away from this. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, hodl, hodl, hodl. Peace.